A game on fins between Zock and Scandal. It's 3599. Zock is Cybran. Land Factory 2 PGens. See what Scandal is going to be very similar. 2 land factories and looks like 5 PGens. So 5 PGens is basically what you need. He also throws in a mass extractor in there. You're going to get the rest with his NGs. One thing that this map has is early mass chunks, so you can supplement your mass extractors with this mass. So usually going this low on mass extractors would not work. You can see a similar situation here for rocks on for Zock. Zock getting his mass extractors a little earlier than Scandal. See some hunters coming out, going to this mass extractor for Scandal. We do see some mech marines that are gonna come out, play defense on fins. This side for Scandal is the weak side because that's where an NG is getting rocks, and this is the side for Zock. Zock coming out a little late, but you can see he's also got a Mantis coming in just in case Scandal is doing any raiding. But no raiding from Scandal. Scandal is just playing defense. You can see a 2v1 situation here. Zock doing some nice micro, takes out one mech marine, but 2v1 mech marine wins, and NG still alive. So good defense from Scandal. On the Mantis, it looks like the surviving mech marine is going to go in, try to find an expanding NG on this side. Then we're going to see Mantis versus mech marine. The scout is taken out by the mech marine and now retreats. Now we have 2 mech marines versus a Mantis. And nice run around the Mantis. They can run faster than the turret can turn, so nice micro from Scandal. We see both ACUs expanding. Zock's on the bottom, Scandal through the top. Looks like Scandal's slightly faster. I see an exposed NG from Zock who's going to get killed. Looking to build a radar in the middle of the map. We do see a radar from the middle of the map from Scandal. We also see T1 air from Zock. Much earlier T1 air than Scandal. Scandal's still working on his T1 air factory. And now we see at 4 minutes 20 Scandal getting a mass extractor on Zock's side. Zock's doing the same, just slightly later. You can see Zock pulling a lot of his forces to the ACU. Scout is killed by a Mantis. And now Scandal's rolling through, getting more mass pots for himself. So we see air domination from Zock. A little bit of flak coming out for Scandal. Cannot produce planes when planes are over your head, but now we will see some flak built. Jesters coming out for Zock. About 6 Mantis versus many more tanks here. These Mantis might try to cut off the choke point. It will run into a more superior force. And it looks like it'll be a win for Scandal. On the other side we see 5 Mantis from Zock going around the map. And a Jester from Zock's going to attempt to get a few kills. Now we see a T1 PD. This is protection versus an ACU for Zock. Also a T1 PD being built by Scandal. Mantis attempting to kill a Hydro are not successful. Now T1 PD is going to start hitting Zock's ACU, and Zock will have to retreat. On the other side, a very similar situation. Scandal's getting hit by a T1 PD. This T1 PD does not have any walls around it, however, so it's a little more vulnerable. It's a 10 kill Jester from Zock, an extremely good Jester. It's one thing you get for dominating air early on. But Zock is losing a few mass pots here. Multiple Jesters from Zock. Looks like Scandal is going after the Hydro and try to shut down power. But now we do see that Scandal will try to reestablish air control. 3 interceptors versus 1. The Arty from Zock were able to take out the PD, the radar, and the mass extractor in the middle. We can see Zock trying to get a little more mass, rebuilding mass spots. 7 kills for Zock's ACU. 17 for Scandal. He just took out a Hydro. You can see Zock only has 8 PGens at this point at his base. Scandal's going to continue to kill off mass extractors. He's a little low on health. But in terms of unit numbers, it looks like Scandal does have an advantage. Zock killing off NGs. Scandal can probably attempt to go after this PD if he wanted to. Now extracting the air factory from Zock. Runs into the PD once again. 19 kills. He does not try to overcharge, just walks away. Now pretty massive T1 force coming into Zock's base. Zock's just moving his ACU, trying to get a few more mass points, but they're killed pretty quickly by Scandal's units. So in terms of mass points, a big advantage for Scandal at this point of the game. See Mantis versus Strikers. Big numbers advantage for Strikers, and the Mantis are losing. So now there is some arty in this force which will be able to take out this T1 PD. It'll be a bad situation for Zock. Zock getting another mass point on the map. Changes his mind, is going to move in on Scandal's base with his ACU. And now we see arty. Oh, this is not doesn't look like Scandal is. Yeah, now Scandal is targeting this point defense, but some Mantis built up by Zock are going to give a counter. We see a navy being built by Scandal, anticipating Zock hiding in the water. But Zock actually doing a pretty good job attacking the power for Scandal. We can see Zock only has original 5 P-gens. Quite a bit of master claim for him, however. Zock's still working on killing off power. I will move over and probably take out this hydro and the air factory. Still 4 land factories for Zock, able to produce some ground units to prevent his base from being wiped out. Most likely if Scandal kept his ACU at this base, he would already wiped out Zock's base, but instead he chose to make this factory that's not producing anything anymore. So a strange move from Scandal. Now Zock is forced into the water. 29 kills for Zock. So Scandal should have power problems now. Actually no power problems, plus 150. Zock plus 110. So both players playing with very little power, just making ground units. This air factory from Scandal not producing anything. Now Scandal walking back. Not clear why he didn't keep putting on pressure on Zock. Zock using his units very well now. Runs into a superior force, is going to retreat. A lot of dead units on Zock's side, so if he can reestablish control, he's got a lot of units a lot of mass to reclaim. And now Zock takes out the air factory from Scandal. Scandal working on more P-gens. And a nice raiding force from Zock. Now Scandal moves into the middle. He's going to get a few more P-gens, mass extraction for himself. We see flak from Zock. A submarine. So this submarine could make things interesting if Zock is forced into the water. So if we look at extraction numbers at 15 minutes, Zock is at almost 4,000. Scandal's at 2,000. So about 1,000 difference there. Oh. It's a pretty large force from Zock moving in. So both players being very aggressive. It's a very even fight, but Zock is able to replenish his force. However, these mantis are running in one by one into this UEF line. Scandal walks in once again into Zock's base. No PDs to stop him, so you shouldn't be very worried. He's got almost full health. Now Zock 40 kills elsewhere. He's got a force with him. And now Zock finally makes enough units to kill off all these UEF tanks and a lot of dead units to reclaim. Here you can see Scandal has walked in this direction, made 4 mass extractors for himself. Zock doing a similar thing with 3 mass extractors. See capturing from Zock with his NGs and some reclaiming of factories from Scandal. It's a very strange game. If Scandal would have put a little more pressure on Zock, Zock should have died. And now actually Scandal could be in a little bit of trouble here. He is full health in his ACU. He does have supporting units, but a lot of mantis around his ACU, so he should be thinking about running into the water. It's 37 kills for his ACU. You can get a little more veterancy at 40. That's 41. Well, it looks like he should be able to make it out to the water. Uh, 51 kills. 56. Goes down to 4,000 health. 60 kills again, gets a little more health. So just barely, it seems like he will make it out. 68 kills. So you see he got nearly 30-40 kills in that exchange. Gets into the water with 2,000 health. Zock was thinking about coming in to help out his force, but now he's going to run back, and it looks like at minute 20 we're very much back at both players having their own half of the map. Can't tell too much from the scores. And the side islands on this map have been completely neglected by both players. Scandal just sitting in the water, not thinking about upgrading or coming back out. It'd be nice for him to come out and kill a few of these. He should have nice reconnaissance given he has air domination. Zock's going to move through. He's got 44 kills plus a supporting force. On the other side, a nice UEF line. Whole bunch of mantis running into it. Scandal comes back out of the water. He's going to start killing NGs. Zock decides to not pursue this side anymore and is going to switch the point of attack. And Scandal's back to making mass extractors. So it looks like the ACUs in this game, instead of killing, except in this one brief episode, have been focused on making mass points. We're going to see a fight between tanks, and it looks like Scandal does have the numbers in this instance. A pretty big loss of units in that one. On the other side, however, Zock has definite numbers. Now we see a sub has surfaced, and 1 kill takes out the Hydra. Really nice use of a sub. And now we see Jesters once again. It's funny, a Jester runs into a cloud of interceptors. A very symmetric site here. But it looks like there will be enough mantis here to withstand, and actually they will counter and kill a whole bunch of units. We see NGs in the area getting ready to pick up all this mass. And this UEF force is going to be pushed into Zock's ACU. He's just sitting there, he could get a little more kills there. On the other side, it'll be a very close fight. But now Scandal getting a little more action, 90 kills now. Going into Zock's base. Zock does have some T2 mass extractors. Looks like he was putting some of the eco into eco. See T2 air from Zock, at least the T2 factory, but he is making jesters. I see 104 kills for Scandal. Now we see Scandal is withstanding this assault from Zock. Not too many problems. 58 kills for Zock. Scandal 115 kills. Is being attacked by a jester. Looks like Zock has one airback. No units are being produced by this factory except that single sub, which is actually surfaced, got 4 kills. And now PD has been constructed by Zock. Now Scandal will have to retreat into the water. Now it looks like a raiding force gets by Zock's ACU. On the other side we're going to see, it looks like Mantis might have numbers in this one. And some NGs for Zock getting ready to go on the other side and reclaim. It's excellent to see NGs on the other side getting mass from Zock. And this force from Scandal is in a little bit of trouble getting hit from air, multiple jesters. So Zock at the end of the game really turned on the T2 factory, started using air much more than Scandal. That's been making a difference, these jesters. And now we will see some torpedo bombers. This navy that Scandal has made really hasn't paid off too much, except killing this Hydra. See some NG competition here and capturing back a mass point plus reclaiming an NG and now getting a little free mass. I see Jesters and Mantis working together. Jesters are pulled back. Actually you don't see an air factory from Scandal, so not much he can do about these Jesters. Now Scandal gets another mass point, will be forced back into the water. Now this does seem to be a checkmate given that Zock has torpedo bomber, so he's got air, cannot be countered. Actually it looks like there is an air factory for Scandal, so I did get that wrong, but air domination from Scandal nevertheless. Now I see his torpedo bomber is going to after Scandal's ACU. Scandal's going to come back out on land, and we should expect Mantis coming his way, although his entire force is passing him by. We don't see the Jesters anymore. The Jesters were working on that naval factory. More torpedo bombers coming out, and tanks desperately trying to get to their ACU. A nice air force being built up by Scandal. We'll have to use it. Oh, and actually, there you go, Scandal. So, pretty much a situation he could not have gotten out of.